Alright, hey guys, this is my response to, Mr. Burns. So, question one, I thought the third act was, very dramatic and very interesting to read and memorable. It was, cool to get inside the author's head and see, what their idea of an apocalypse in the future would be, and how they would, their idea of what art would become after, the apocalypse. I thought it was really cool to see it. And obviously the, way the, second act ended with the people coming in there uninvited and gunshots being fired was pretty cool too. Alright, so question two. So for my first element of the play, I thought that art is up to one message was that art is up to interpretation and changes over time. It shows throughout the play that forms of art like theater change over time, and that different artists in different generations can put their own spin on things. Number two, you don't need all the fancy technology that we have today to create art. In the play, they were creating plays with no real electricity or anemones, I think that's what I'm trying to say, that we have today. Also, we got this really weird vibe that you shouldn't trust anyone in the play. People were always very wary of strangers. Their first reaction to any strangers was usually violent or mistrusting. And I got a sort of subtle message not to trust people in the play. So, question three. Act 3 is the performance of the play inside the world of Mr. Burns. And so, in other words, it's a play within the play. So, what kind of play is this? It's an episodic play. It took place in 3 segments that were years and even decades apart, in the case of the third one. It's kind of a verbatim play because it does take lines directly from The Simpsons. Not exactly verbatim, but pretty close to a verbatim style play. It's also a drama, since it is very dramatic undertone and with a very dramatic tragedy at the end. The second act with the death members of the cast. So now I'm going to go on to question 4. How does the third act relate to others? There are references made in the third act to the forever joke being made in the first and second act. Also in the third act, the awkward embrace between the actors is emulated. That was in the second act as well. Also, the rendition of Cape Fear is being repeated that the original actors had done, except with a much more powerful and dramatic and strange twist. I think the significance of the play within a play showed that people, even in an apocalypse, had a love for art and went to extreme ends to have it, such as buying lines, and having someone run on a treadmill to provide power, even having someone to run on a treadmill to provide power for the play. I think it showed that people still cared about history and held artists in high revere. They were still making a play that these people had made 75 years later. So since they made a play that had been done 75 years ago, I feel like third act shows a significance in showing how important those people viewed art and history. Question 4. I think that some popular stories would be religious that would survive. Another would be like huge TV shows like Walking Dead and Game of Thrones. I think these stories would be meaningful because they show many elements of the human spirit, elements of determination, teamwork, resiliency, and they're just great works of art that I think that people would want to remember. So yeah, that is my response to Mr. Burns. Thanks.